Hey, what's up? And welcome to Retro Heat Check with your boy, Skinny Hardaway Esquire. That's me. I am a new channel. As you can tell by the gray in my hair, that I am a NBA fan of a certain age, and I represent a certain era, which is the '90s era. Um, I'm basically, what I'm saying, just taking up the mantle that sports rants, sports and fitness rants, excuse me. Uh, he inspired me. He inspired me to get out there and to continue to hold that line and to kill narratives and speak the truth. And also, I also want to do that, but I have a different angle also because I am an avid sneakerhead. I also do customize shoes on the side. I've done that for, I'd say, probably the past 5, 6 years. Um, Man, I love hoop. I love '90s hoop in particular because that was like the golden era. That was my childhood. That was my teenage years. That was just the era of basketball that just was very inspiring to not only me but to many kids all around the country, all around the globe, of all race, colors, creeds, walks of life. And I think that today's era of the NBA has been a, I'm just gonna just keep it real. It's been it's a disappointment. It's hardly watchable now. It's very, very disgraceful. And one in particular aspect of the NBA that now I just am not, a fan of, is basically the All Star game. And I feel that the All Star game at one point in time represented the very best of the NBA, the very, very best of the NBA. You got to see the best showcase their skills, whether it was the 3 point contest, the dunk contest, or the actual game itself. You also got to see the young players, and the rising stars or the rookies versus sophomores or however, that came a little bit later. But and they used to have that for the young players. Shoot, I mean, Penny Hardaway was one of the first of the rookie sophomore game MVPs, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's just something that nowadays, it's like the game has just been bastardized. It's like you got superstars that are afraid to participate in the dunk contest, but will get in the skills competition. They'll get in the 3 point competition, but they won't step out and step up and do what other past greats have done, and that's getting out there and showcasing your abilities. I see players like Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, and in particularly one that bothers me. Excuse me. One that bothers me the most right now is Anthony Edwards. I mean, they compare this young man to Michael Jordan, but he won't do this one Michael Jordan thing, you know. And look, judging by the dunk contest last night, I mean, he would have walked right in there and whooped them. He would have walked right in and whooped them, in my opinion. What I'm saying, I'm just going off. I'm going a little too crazy, a little too crazy right now. Without really further my introduction, I am a Miami Heat fan. I have been a Miami Heat fan since I was probably in the, I don't know, when was that? When Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Dan Marley, all those guys started to come together along with Jamal Mashburn. I was able to ride with them, but even before them, even previous, I didn't necessarily have an NBA team to root for, but I was obsessed with Penny Hardaway, and everybody was a Michael Jordan fan, as you can tell. I got the man right here on my tee. And also, I have plenty of his sneakers growing up. I was a huge fan of '90s era sneakers, '80s and '90s era sneakers. I think that the '90s was the zenith of basketball sneakers and designs and as far as innovations. I think that in that mode and in that mind frame of being a kid in the '90s, going into now, I really feel that the excitement of basketball sneakers, has dwindled and waned over the years because now it's been, with retail, with resellers and bots and just basically the overall magic that used to be. involved with, standing in line, waiting on a sneaker, being able to go to school, go to school late because you went to the sneaker store and you come back around, what I'm saying? You come back around a little later in the day and everybody's looking down at your feet, knowing that you got some real certified heat, especially if you picked up the new J's. Um, I love the game. I love, I'm saying I just love the game and everything like that. But over the years, my love has waned thanks to players like LeBron James and James Harden. These players today have really have broken a lot of real hoop fans' hearts. Because it's like we grew up and we were treated and it was a pleasure and an honor to see players really go all out, to see players really play with heart, to see players really represent the cities that they had across their chest, and they tried to do their best and took the game to the highest of heights. Um, like I said, today's subject, I'm saying real quick, I just want to talk about the All-Star game and in particular the slam dunk contest. I just really felt like the slam dunk contest was the outside of the game, I would say that it was the highlight of the weekend because you were going to see the greatest athletes, the greatest high flyers of the day, putting their skills to the test. And I mean, this contest, it used to be deep. It used to be like 10 players, back in the day, it'd be like 10 players, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like 10 players, then it went down to 8, then doing it to 6. Now it's down to like 4. It used to be something that was looked forward to. You would always see every year. You would always see a superstar level dude jumping in there, whether it's Dominique, whether it's Dr. J, whether it's David Thompson, Michael Jordan. Uh, I mean, so many Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter. Over throughout the years, going from the '90s going into the early 2000s. I mean, you saw a lot of top flight guys, and guess what? There was a lot of great players that did not win the slam dunk contest, that entered into the slam dunk contest and didn't win. You see what I'm saying? Which is the total opposite of what you see now from players today that are afraid to take that L, that are afraid to step out and say, you know what? I'm gonna give the fans going to give the fans what they're looking for, and that is me showcasing my talents to the world and showing my creativity and everything that is pertaining to exciting the crowd in the slam dunk contest. You have players like Scottie Pippen, Ray Allen, Tracy McGrady. You see what I'm saying? Sean Kemp. These are all time high flying type of dudes, but they also lost slam dunk contest. Larry Johnson lost a slam dunk contest. I mean, there's so many guys that you could consider superstar level that did not win, but they went out and competed. They went out there and gave the fans what they wanted and what they were seeking, and that was the best of the best going at each other. Saying showing off their athleticism, showing off their creativity, and also one thing about the NBA All Star game, it highlighted, if you was an unknown or you was a very little known player, it would highlight and even some ways enhance your career. I would take in particular D Brown. D Brown is I would say the perfect example of a player who maximized his potential just based off of, even though it was for a small, I'm saying, a small fragment of his career, um, during that time, before the slam dunk contest, and then after the slam dunk contest, it was night and day. His popularity rose. Just for that no look, arm to the basket dunk. You know what I'm saying? The no look dunk. We used to just call that the D Brown. Just strictly put, the D Brown. Um, that moment before that dunk happened when he pumped up the Reebok pumps. I mean, shit, he was synonymous with that shoe after that dunk. I mean, I can vividly remember going to the local sneaker shop and seeing the big Reebok pump poster with D Brown flying over the Boston skyline. That was a dope poster. You know what I'm saying? And for a few years, D Brown, I mean, to this day, everybody knows who D Brown is. Everybody still associates D Brown with those black Reebok pumps because, that was the power of All-Star Weekend. That was the power of a slam dunk contest. And I think that that's something that these players today just don't know, and they, quite frankly, they don't care about. And players like, and I will definitely say LeBron James ushered in this form of cowardice. This form of cowardice. That's the only way that you could. That's the only way that you can describe it. It broke my. It almost broke my heart when a player of today that I'm very excited about, Anthony Edwards, was asked. Was asked, "Hey, are you going to do the slam dunk contest?" And he just, nope, 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 no, no, nope, nope. And I was just like, "Are you serious, bro? This is the guy that everybody's comparing to Michael Jordan, a young Michael Jordan, but this dude would not step out and show his skills when it's clearly obvious that he could win." It's just very disgusting. It's just very disgusting, very disheartening, and maybe one day we can have another crop of players that can come in and say, you know what, we've had enough. You guys today have dropped the ball, and it's time for us to pick it back up. The NBA All Star has become a gimmick. I think the NBA All Star Weekend has become almost you can pretty much ignore it today, because it's like there's no excitement. There's really no excitement. The Steph Curry versus the WNBA player. I don't even know her. I don't even know about her like that, because I don't really watch the WNBA. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me. It's like just basketball in today's era. Just a sad illustration of today's entitled player. They want it all. They want all the perks, but they don't know how. It's like they forget what got them there, and what got them there was because the players before them, they actually had respect for the fans. They actually cared about the fans. They actually wanted to show off for the fans. They did. They really wanted to prove to the world. They wanted to really show the fans that, hey, I am worth this contract. I am worth buying this ticket. I am worthy of you sitting down for a few hours and watching me play. I don't think these players really think about that anymore. And unfortunately, with the passing of Kobe Bryant, I feel like he was the last of the warrior class in the NBA. I think now today's NBA players are soft, they're entitled, they're money hungry, they're disinterested, they're lazy. I just feel that there's just a lot of things that are on the negative side that these NBA players are. They don't even face it. It's like they know what it is. They just don't care. And I think that is the most disheartening thing. And guys like me, excuse me, guys like me, I want to just do my little part in letting the youth know, reminding certain players, reminding certain fans, I mean, of players in the past. And I would just want to do my own little twist. And my twist is coming with sneakers. So speaking of the dunk contest, today's shoe that we're going to highlight is the Nike Air Jordan 3, the Air Jordan 3 free throw line. Looks just like your regular Air Jordan, but it has a little some differences straight to the point of the actual slam dunk contest that Michael Jordan won in 1988. As you can see, the Nike Air branding is in the back, but if you look closely, you'll see the 147. It's upside down and backwards, but it's the 147. That was the final score that he had. He beat Dominique Wilkins by 2 points by getting a perfect 50. And basically the rest was history. A lot of people think that Dominique beat Mike. Me, I'm more partial to Mike. Don't get it twisted though. Dominique showed off. The windmill king. I would say Dominique and Vince Carter, when it comes to that windmill dunk, you don't go. That's 1 and 2, and you can decide where you want to go with 1 or 2. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that 147, and also right here, a little dirty, but right here, that 321. If you ever look at the if you ever look at the actual poster from the side view, when Michael Jordan, hanging in the air with the tongue out, the legs cocked back, you know what I'm saying? If you look in the corner, if you look in the background in the corner, you do see that time. That is the time exactly of the day in which Michael Jordan created that awesome, awesome, awesome piece of art. And also another thing, the translucent sole, sort of. I like to wear my sneakers. Wear your sneakers, guys. Wear your sneakers. It's more of a translucent. I kind of wore mine. I wanted to have that off-white, kind of translucent yellowish tint bottoms. So it kind of adds to it. But if you can see, this is the where basically his foot placement when he stepped on the line in these shoes. That's pretty much what it is, and they document it right there. It's kind of just lets you know exactly where you stand with that, where it stood, where Michael Jordan had jumped from the free throw line. As you can tell, I freestyled. I'm just freestyling this off the dome. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I just want to just, make this kind of like my introductory video. But as far as like these shoes is concerned, these are one of my favorite shoes. These are kind of one of my favorite shoes that I like to wear. I also have the reimagined Air Jordan 3s. Um, those are awesome as well. But I'm particular about the free throw line because I love the story that it tells. It's an awesome shoe. And it has an awesome place in history. With the slam dunk contest, this shoe right here pretty much helped solidify Tinker Hatfield as far as his prowess as a designer, because these were the first of the Tinker Hatfield Michael Jordan collabs. Um, I mean, this is a beautiful shoe, an amazing shoe, and it has a lot of history in it. It has a lot of history. Michael Jordan, I mean, his assault on the record, his assault on the NBA that year, 1987, 1988. I mean, this guy was winning everything: MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All-Star MVP, Slam Dunk Contest, First Team All Defense, Steals Leader. I mean, the accolades just went on and on and on and on. I mean, Michael Jordan's game was just so amazing back then. And as a young kid, this was probably one of my earliest recollections of Michael Jordan, just sitting there in the living room with my older cousins, Chris and Atwood, and they were just like obsessed with Michael Jordan. My cousin Chris had a big, huge Pro Line poster of Michael Jordan. The game went in which they played the LA Clippers, and he basically stole the tip, and he was by himself for what we used to call the lean in of death. I mean, when he used to do that lean in, that was just, it was beautiful. That was my favorite dunk from Michael Jordan, when he'd get on the break and just do that one hand lean in. And it was just like, it was just art. Just growing up a kid in the 90s and seeing Jordan at the peak of his powers, but seeing little glimpses of him in the 80s, and seeing the meteoric rise of Michael Jordan as a young kid, and having older cousins and stuff to actually break it down and teach me, and show me like, hey man, this dude is the coldest. This dude is the coldest. And I've been a Michael Jordan fan ever since. I've been a fan of his sneakers ever since. I mean, is the perfect marriage of athleticism and fashion. This shoe right here flew off the shelves in this color. You had the black, you had the black with the elephant print. You had the true blue, and you had the fire red. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with any of the four. I mean, it was amazing. But I just wanted to just make this. It's not a quick video, but I just wanted to just drop some knowledge, just drop a little bit and say my little piece. This is, like I said, this is my debut. Shoot, if you want to, and if you're interested, hey, like, share, like, share, subscribe. Sorry, hey, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm going to freestyle it, and I'm going to get better at it. But this is just what it is. I just wanted to just do my little little part in passing along some knowledge, not only with the game, the actual game, but the sneakers that were actually a part of it. Now, I don't have every sneaker, but I do have quite a bit. And I hope throughout this journey that I will be able to actually we can able to sit down and chop it up about both the game and sneakers. But like I said, like, share, subscribe. I hope that you guys check me out, give me a chance, and we're gonna keep grinding. And hopefully, in time, as time progresses, this channel will grow and get better and better, and we'll just go from there. But until then, as always, stay blessed and wear your sneakers. Peace.